The work that you do can feel, I would imagine, to your, to buyers and prospective clients at times complex, right? I mean, you're helping them to set up audiovisual systems inside of offices these days, right? Hybrid types of offices, because people are working from home and around the world. There's a lot of different technology providers, a lot of different solutions. So I could imagine people kind of feeling a sense of complexity. What have you found kind of makes the biggest difference, or is most important for you to actually be able to communicate the value that your firm provides? Because any company could just go, well, yeah, I think we just need to, buy this television, get this speaker, get this technology, but you're adding a whole other layer of value on top of that would be really challenging for them to do well themselves. How do you communicate that value? How do you communicate kind of the differentiation between what you're providing and maybe what others provide, or what a company might just try and figure out themselves in-house if they weren't to work with you?
That's a great question, and it probably comes down to the specific consulting piece, Michael. Okay, so if you don't do a consulting piece, it's likely going to be a poor result, but I'll explain that further. I think the business that we're in is not really so much the audiovisual business. We're really in the business of solving problems or helping people achieve goals. So it's more of a business type discussion that I think I'm having, or my team are having when we're talking to customers. It's like, okay, like I said earlier, we peel back the layers. What's important to you? But none of those conversations are ever technical conversations. In fact, I encourage my team to never even talk technical.
Right.
So the moment you start to talk about, this widget and that one, you're already losing them. They don't understand that it's not their day-to-day. You need to focus on what's important to them. Can we get improved efficiency, from our teams? Can our teams collaborate better? Can the learning in our schools be improved? These types of more sort of business-related, tangible objectives that these organisations have, that's what they're focused on. So that's what we focus on. Now, the fact that we use, AV technology as a medium to enable those outcomes and results to happen is really just a byproduct. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really fantastic point, because it's an area that I think many consultants struggle with, where they tend to focus or place too much focus on the inputs, the things that they're going to do and their methodology or the tools that they're using. But what the client really wants, right, is a specific outcome. And so, as you said, the technology is really what enables the outcome, but the issues that get the ideal client excited are the things that they're dealing with. They go into a meeting, in your case, let's say, and all of a sudden, whatever they're using it to bring people together into that meeting, the technology breaks down. Well, that's a big waste of productivity. It's a big loss of revenue and income and frustration. And so it's all these things. I think that's the lesson, or kind of the idea, that for all of our listeners right now and everyone joining us, to think about your specific business, right? And the focus should not be so much just on the things that you're doing, right? It's like, what is the outcome that is created, or the lack of outcome if those things aren't done? So that was a really great example of that.